pushing her buttons, as usual. That understanding didn't help. Leave my father out of this. Sam grabbed the injured dog from Kendall and brushed past Morgan to the bank of exam rooms in the rear of the hospital. "Where do you think you're going?" Morgan demanded. Kendall fished a credit card from his pocket.
"You can put all the charges on this."
He tossed the card onto the reception desk. Morgan reached for the phone on the desk. "I'm calling your precinct captain."
"Damn, Morgan, why can't you just be a decent neighbor for once?"
Kendall asked. "But that's exactly what good fences are for, Sergeant." Sam sensed an almost imperceptible shift of energy from the dog in her arms. In the movies she had loved growing up, death always came in one of two ways, with an agonal breath and then a panicked, desperate grab for the last vestiges of life, or with a deep, peaceful exhalation followed by a contented sigh. Either way, the act of dying was a remarkable moment that commanded the attention of all those in proximity. But Sam had learned the truth about death in vet school. It wasn't special at all. It wasn't even an event. Death was only the failure of life. It crept into the vacuum created when you couldn't beg, cajole, or push life out any further. This was why death always eventually won. The act of fostering life requires constant diligence, and we tire or get distracted far too easily. That was true, Sam knew, whether the dead thing was a mutt in shock or a parent who happened to end up on the wrong side of a windshield. Sam wrapped the still dog in a towel that she grabbed from a pile and returned to Kendall. "Let's go," she said.
"What?"
Kendall started. "He's dead." Sam opened the towel and shoved the body into Morgan's face so that his fur almost touched her nose. "Take a good look. I want you to recognize him when you see him again. You have no idea how many little eyes are waiting for you." Morgan didn't even blink as she continued to hold the phone to her ear, waiting. She was frighteningly good at maintaining composure and restraint. "Hello, Captain," she said smoothly into the receiver. "It's Dr. Jacqueline Morgan. Yes, we have another issue." Nick growled again, low and guttural. Sam sensed that this time it wasn't just for show. Kendall stepped in front of Sam and her dog.
"Not here, Sam. Not now."
Part of Sam understood that she was only making things worse, and they were bad enough, but a larger part just wanted to unload on Morgan in every human dimension they shared.
"Sam,"
Kendall gently touched her arm.
"let's just go."
Sam nodded in defeat and whistled for Nick. In a moment she was on the sidewalk, holding a dead dog. Kendall came up beside her.
"Sorry about all this," he said. "I really didn't have anyone else."
"Yeah, well," Sam struggled for calm. "I figure people come into each other's lives for a reason, you know?" She noticed a group of grade school children walking toward her on their way to Riverside Elementary School. 6 of the youngest kids were sporting surgical masks over their tiny noses and mouths. What the hell? Then she remembered. The virus. The CDC had reported the first case at the beginning of the week, and soon there had been 4. The disease started like the common flu, but then the symptoms became frighteningly neurological. Tremors, memory loss, speech deficits, followed by paralysis. All the victims were kids, and all the kids lived in Riverside. Besides those 2 facts, the children had no other obvious connection. Kendall followed her stare.
"You heard the first kid died early this morning?"
Sam shook her head. "How old?"
"She was only 4.
Christ, those poor parents. Did you know them?
Just by sight at the playground. They seemed nice enough. Regular folks. You know?"
Kendall shrugged. Sam did know. Not the kind of people who deserved to experience an unimaginable, life-altering loss. No words would offer comfort, let alone hope. Their lives, like their hands, were now forever shrouded in the odor of freshly turned soil. Kendall brought her back.
"Another case reported, too."
What the hell is this thing? Kendall often learned things at roll call that wouldn't